What's up, y'all? I finally finished Glitchy Bullshit Super Duper. It's the second and final iteration of these like big sprawling Hyperpop and Dariacore Glitchcore style sample packs that I'm gonna do. And it costs 30 bucks. You can get it on my Gumroad, but if you don't want to spend any money and you still want some samples, there is a free version with a couple of sounds from each of the folders. It's actually quite a big sample pack for a free one. Because this is a huge sample pack. It's got 1,700-ish samples, I think 100 MIDI loops, and I would say it is nearly twice as big as the original Glitchy Bullshit Super, but twice as good. I don't think there's a folder that's full of trash like some of the drums in the original Glitchy Bullshit. Not that good. I would say this one, significant improvement. Let me just kind of play some samples from every single folder, but you can go get the free version if you don't want to spend any money, but it is 30 bucks over on my Gumroad. With that being said, let's play some of the beat loops. So just real quick. That's a couple of those. They all have kicks in them. That's what makes it a beat loop to me. Then we have some breaks. Then we have some drum fills. Then we have the hat loops. Some of them have other things than hats, but a lot of them have just hats. And then moving on, we have percussion loops. That gives you an idea. Just, I think, some good stuff. Drums, I'm gonna go really quick. Just claps. Cymbals. And I tried to add some weird ones too, so it's not just like a bunch of sounds that you already have. These are split into like trill, open, dance. Then we have kicks. These are split into bedroom for like beats, or you know, not super electronic-y stuff, then hyper for like more EDM-y sounding stuff. And then weird, because you need some weird kicks for when the beat breaks down. Then we have lasers, perks, right, so just different perks or whatever. You can go, if you don't want to spend anything and you want more samples, you can just sample this video. But that takes more time than it's worth, in my opinion. Shakers. And trust me, I've definitely done it. I've definitely gone on to Splice and recorded the audio and said, you know what, this is mine now. I didn't sign any agreement to get this. It's just officially mine. And I'm going to upload it to Splice again as my own pack. Snares, the bedroom snares, again, to make like, what would you call it? More like a beat that's less EDM sounding, less like electronic-y. Then we have hyper snares for the exact opposite. Dubstep-y snare. Oh, rim shots is new. Dubstep-y ones. Trill, which is like trappy, in my opinion. And weird. Once again, we need some weird snares always. And then toms. Playing some so you know that they're not dog shit. Except for this one. That's a particularly bad one, but it has its place. There's a beat that would work in. Alright, atmospheres. Getting into the folders that I really like. I've made so many drums that it's like they're all a little bit samey, but that's okay. I think they're good drums. I shouldn't hate on my own sounds in my promo material, I guess, but yeah, atmospheres. These are fun because you can put them in the back of a track and it's just going to instantly make it sound new and good. Alright, so just some weird sounds. I got the classic Jane remover scream. Just put that once you start a new section, it's gonna sound good. Alright, effects loops, yeah. Yeah, so you get the idea there. One shots. Yep, you know, one shots. All right, fills. That one's got some drums in it. That would sound good before a drop. Transitions. Rises. Do you know what those sound like? I tried to add ones that are unique and kind of sound like modern EDM. Not just, I didn't want there to be just a bunch of like noise fills. I bet there's one called noise, yeah. I didn't want it to just be those, so I tried to add ones. That had some texture and some tone. Moving on, effects. I love effects, but we're moving on from the effects now. Now we have the main bulk of this folder, which I would say is the melodic bass loop folder. I don't know why there's a copy of that in there. I'm glad I'm doing this video because there was duplicates of a couple of these sounds from me making the free pack, so I'm gonna get rid of those. I must have copied and pasted that in there. Right, so some nice little melodic bassy loop things, and then we have, I said the majority of the pack. The majority is not the basses, it's the cute, energetic, and sad. These are all like Hyperpop or Dariacore leaning type stuff. So like it's my take on cute. Right, so some good starting points. I think if you were making a song and you use that as a layer or whatever. Oh, and also for a lot of these, there's MIDI files. Not for all of them, though. Then we'll move to the energetic one, which is a little bit more bass music-y or just like... Right, just more energetic, melodic, loopy stuff right there. Those are ones that you could basically just do your own, you know, edit of or whatever to get a full track. Some of them are fuller and some of them are just pieces. So I think that's the nice thing about making these big packs is I can include tons of stuff. And then as you might see, there's a lot here. I'll kind of show this in the sad folder. That might have different layers, so I split the layers out. Which is not only good for using in your tracks, but also being like, oh, if I want to make something like this, and and I'm newer to producing, I might not realize there's a pad back in there. It's giving it a nice little bit of texture and making the sound more interesting. And again, a lot of these are cleaner, I would say, than Glitchy Bullshit Super Duper, which is, or than the original Glitchy Bullshit Super, which I think is an improvement. You don't want overly blown out sounds. You can always blow a sound out with distortion later. So moving to the one shots, these are all pitch tracked and key tracked, so you can just play them right in the sampler thingamajig. I don't know why mine's way over here. I was gonna say, why is it not popping up when I click it? Come on. So if you throw this in here, it's going to automatically be key tracked to D, so you can just play it in the correct key without having to change that every time. Chords. Alright, bass sounds, these are definitely not key tracked. That's just one shots. Maybe you want a one shot and you're in the one shot folder. You're like, you know what? Let's try a bass here. The leads. Right, just some non-saw wave, you know, and especially with you having in Serum 2 a sample using thing that's really easy and a granular thing that's really easy. I think these are a useful addition to any sample collection if you don't have lead one shots, because it keeps you from having to add effects and do that. You just have a lead that's already got some effects put on it. Yeah, plucks, that was those. Stabs, which are just plucks but lower in my opinion. And I think they're better. I think this pack has better sounds. I've gotten better as a producer between now and the last one. Moving on to my favorite folder, Textural. This has all the granular, it has all the pads, spectral loops, spectral one-shots. I'll just kind of play a couple of these. I just don't feel like you can miss with granular textures. Yeah, pads. Again, the pads in this one I think are really good too. Yeah, so spectral loops, and these are all made using some kind of a spectral technique. Sometimes it's spectral post effects, sometimes it's like a spectral oscillator. A simple one, but a classic one. I think that would work well in a beat. And then spectral one-shots to finish it out. Can we just give a shout out to how coolly I name these samples? I mean, if you don't watch my videos, you're probably like, this dude's a narcissist, but Spider's Glare with a Y? Come on, man. Who doesn't want to get hit with the Spider's Glare? Is this not what it would feel like if you walked into your shower and there's a spider just watching you? Just close your eyes and listen to this real quick. You step into the shower, you pull back the curtain. Shh. And what happens? the spider's glare hits you. That's the feeling in your soul when you see that spider. Yeah, go buy the pack if you want to support. I'm gonna keep doing tutorials until I can't no more, which, you know, hope I'm not planning on doing that. So thanks for watching. Thank you if you buy these sample packs. I really appreciate the support. It helps me to stay part-time at my job. I would like to fully quit that job and just do this, but as for now, it is what it is. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next one.